Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day it was yesterday. So let's make sure it's beautiful today as well. We'll start the streaming in 2 minutes. Joe will outside, please do us. नहीं मैम रुक जाओ थोड़ा पूरा दिन बाकी है मैम आराम से करते हैं गुड मॉर्निंग सुरेश जी आपने जो एनालिसिस शेयर किया था ना सुरेश जी उसमें थ्री विंग थोड़ा गलत मैपिंग हो रहा है प्लीज वर्क ऑन दैट रेस्ट ऑल यू आर डूइंग इट परफेक्ट अभिषेक ने आपको मैप करके दिखाया होगा कहाँ पे गलती हुई है उसको एक बार फॉलो कर लीजिए सुरेश नो डाउट्स गाइस गुड मॉर्निंग मैम one more person is yet to join let him join because इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन में क्या देखना है आप लोगों को कन्वर्जन रेट ऑफ एक्शन में इंटैक्ट लेवल्स तक होल्ड करने की जरूरत नहीं है 1 आवर से रिजेक्शन ले रहा है मार्केट चेंज ऑफ कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट में आई है तो सप्लाई कन्वर्टेड इनटू डिमांड उसके साथ फॉलो थ्रू में एग्जीक्यूशन डोंट गो अगेंस्ट द मार्केट okay because there is a conversion showcased so follow that conversion and be in the direction guys clear very good afternoon Peter how are you doing That's great, sir. So what are the steps when the market tends to create a plan of action of conversion? Post conversion, what is the execution point that you will be looking for, guys? And conversion कहाँ पे हुआ है? Please let me know the time. UTC के हिसाब से बताना. अगस्त यार रोज लेट करते हो यार. So let's start. So what are the first major things that needs to be kept in the mind? Volume. Let's come to one hour. Check the volume. What is currently volume indicating us? Right? In the New York PM session, market created an imbalance of high volume, minimality 200% तक आके market ने rejection लिया, retracement development कहाँ तक हुई, intact level तक, right? So जैसे ही intact level completion develop हुआ, आज के दिन में what do you notice post that market was in an iceberg zone, and now in today's scenario Asian session में first high volume candle develop हुआ, correct? When the first high volume candle develop, what does the market tend to do? Market tends to reverse from the point of action from whichever direction the market is in, right? So if you notice next 1-2 hours of the candle in the same iceberg zone, market will tend to continue the direction till the next intact point. And what is the current direction? Wave is bullish, tide is bullish, and ride is bullish. So will you be able to look into the circumstances of allotting the movement in the opposite direction of bearish at the current stage? No. If you want an allocation towards a short, let the market create an empathize setup of S2B1. With that S2B1 formation, let a market tend to create a rebuild structure. How the rebuild structure gets formed? Rebuild structure will get formed in 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes action plan, the first majority of allocation, what do you notice? First trap point of S2B1, right? अगर market यहाँ से continuity में drop down दिखाना है, then we need the moment to take over, make all the retailers sit towards the long. From here, the setup needs to be formed. Till then, no. बट कीपिंग इन माइंड वो सिनेरियो होने का चांसेस बहुत कम है. क्यों? मार्केट में ऑलरेडी लिक्विडिटी हंट हो चुकी है, इंटैक्ट कंप्लीशन पूरा हो चुका है. जब पूरा इंटैक्ट कंप्लीट हो चुका रहेगा, what is the next plan of actions that you guys will be following is allocating the structure with the conversion point. Where is the conversion point? In 15 minutes. The first intact got completed yesterday with this range, right? 200% 1 hour demand, which was exactly the intact point range 1. Second intact range point is here, right? With this point of range, what does the market tend to do next? Market has given a change in the character. With the change in the character, the role what it plays is the conversion point, right? What is the conversion that we are looking for? There is a break from a bearish conversion to the bullish conversion. In the bearish to bullish conversion, what is the first point of impact that you will be looking for? A conversion point which is supply converted into demand. So this is my supply which will get converted into the demand. Okay. So post conversion of this, now what are the next steps that we are looking? There will be two confusional parts that you will get concluded at this point. 15 minutes में intact pending है, right? 100% break नहीं हुआ है. अगर ये retracement form out होता है and drop आता है, तभी हम short के लिए नहीं देखेंगे. Why? Because allotting a movement structure is always emphasized to the previous conversion point range. मतलब अगर ये conversion होता है supply converted into demand on the break of 100%, definitely 200%, 150% range complete करेगा. But to make sure the allocation is in the right direction and you don't lose, what you have to do is you have to look for a right point of action with the right setup, because market is currently indicating a structure which is showcased in pursuance of getting converted and giving a movement towards the long, right? So in this pursuance, the first target allocation will be emphasized in a portion of TTS 2.0. Then in the carry forward, the next allocation will be taken, which will be a supply. So at this current point, what is the supply that we are having? Will you take this 15-minute supply or will you follow 1 hour supply? Because intact 1 hour का है, allocation rejection point 1 hour का है, then the stability of first allocation will be from this point, and then conformational movement allocation will be from 1 hour. Okay, so this is how you look into the pursuance of executing. अगर market 1 hour का levels reallocation में दिखाता है, then what will market tend to do? First come first serve allocation कौन सा होगा? ये वाला. On the completion of this comes the second serving जो कि ये वाला. Okay, make sure to be in the right direction, not going against the market analysis, what it's indicating to you. Am I clear over here, everyone? Any doubts in gold? Please do ask. Good morning, Nilesh. शॉर्ट के लिए मैं अभी इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं हूँ. कन्वर्जन हो चुका है. अगर शॉर्ट के लिए ट्रेड ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन दिखाना है, मार्केट ट्रैप करने दो रिटेलर्स को फर्स्ट, उसके बाद ही. No direct execution will be played at this point. Okay. स्ट्रीम लैगिंग नहीं, लैग नहीं हो रहा है निलेश, एक बार रिफ्रेश कर लो. जिनका भी स्ट्रीम लैग हो रहा है एक बार रिफ्रेश कर लीजिए. Okay, so with this follow the screening. With the screening allocation, abbreviate allocation will be taken into the play. With the abbreviate allocation, patience execution will get into it, right? Till the time there is no setup formed or no execution showcased, no entries will be taken. Am I clear over here for everyone? So 1 hour candle will be closing in next 6 minutes. So followed through the allocation will be executed in proportionate with the next coming candle. Good morning, Usma. How are you? I'm good, sir. Hope you're doing well too. Yes. I had to log out and back in again as there was a terrible apologies, Peter, for the inconvenience caused. Whenever purge happens, is it compulsory that it will start a new direction? And can we count TTS 2.2 target from that? No. When is the action plan looked into the play? The action plan is always taken under the consideration in perspective of the volume change. If a new direction wants to be played, Chaya, there should be a high volume in the direction for a reversal point of view. When there is that action plan played, then yes, definitely you can look for a reversal action play out. Else, market will always tend to trap you out. Okay. Not every coach works. The change in character works only with the high volume possible action plan. Good morning, Shreyas. So the SL range has been changed from 20 to 30 because high volume movements are there. So 10 pips of allocation is totally fine for small. Morning, Sudesh. Can you explain conversion again? While you were explaining, was there was a network issue? Seems. Okay. Nerdy comic news. I'll explain it, Sudhir. 2 minutes. 100 pips earning. Should I follow the plan of ID? Yes. Good. कल बाई किया सर. Great. Keep it up. 1 hour new candle is proportionately played a role, right? Wick hasn't created, right? Wait for the wick formation and a setup to get into the play, not prior to that, guys. So how does a conversion take a play? Guys, explaining it again, please. ध्यान से देख लो. Whenever the market is in one direction and at a simple formation point, you see a retracement in the direction. Okay. With that retracement, market tends to flow down with a small movement or a big movement, doesn't matter, right? And at a point of action, market always tends to take a rejection from the nearest demand or the point of interest where market is creating a point at supply 200% minimality surplus TTS 2.0 वहां से रिवर्स हो रहा है. उस रिवर्स पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन से जब हाई पॉइंट रेंज ब्रेक होता है ना, this is where the change happens, correct? But at this change point, जहाँ पे चेंज ऑफ कैरेक्टर कोच डेवलप होती है, यहाँ पे अगर वॉल्यूम स्टैग्नेंट है, आइसबर्ग जोन में है, right? Means it's going to trap everyone. Okay. So what the market will do, market will go to the nearest intact point, and with that intact point, market will tend to take a rejection, right? So rejection लेके market क्या करेगा, यहाँ पे हर एक लोगों को ट्रैप करके बेरिश मूवमेंट डेवलपमेंट में फिर से आएगा, राइट? सो यहाँ पे कन्वर्जन लेके फायदा नहीं. ओके. दिस विल बी ए फॉलोड थ्रू विद जो फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व अलोकेशन पॉइंट है, उस फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व का अलोकेशन का मूवमेंट रीडेवलपमेंट में दिखेगा, राइट? सो दिस कन्वर्जन वोंट टेक अ प्ले. When will the conversion take a play? Example, at the same point जहां पे मार्केट ने चेंज ऑफ कैरेक्टर की हाई को ब्रेक किया, राइट? ब्रेक करने के बाद रेड कैंडल क्लोज हुई है, उसके साथ अगर वॉल्यूम डेवलपमेंट दिखाया है, या नीचे यहाँ पे कहीं पे वॉल्यूम डेवलपमेंट दिखाया, राइट? एंड डेफिनेटली हर एक लोग क्या करेंगे, ओके यहाँ पे एक सपोर्ट है लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे, यहाँ पे एक रेजिस्टेंस है, सो उस हिसाब से यहाँ पे एक ट्रैप डेवलप होगा, राइट? उस ट्रैप डेवलपमेंट के साथ मार्केट में क्या होगा, सब लोग शॉर्ट के लिए बैठेंगे, बट विद दिस हाई वॉल्यूम मार्केट इतना ही कन्वर्जन होगा जितना हमारा बेरिश मूवमेंट में सप्लाई डेवलप, राइट? सो वो डेवलपमेंट का ही मूवमेंट यहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिलेगी ऑन द कोच, ओके? सो विद दैट, वन, टू, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली 100% से रिजेक्शन लेना है, विच इज 95% ऑफ द टाइम 100% से रिजेक्शन लेके कंटिन्यू करता है, एल्स market will come down till 150 200, trap out and give everyone the confirmation execution. With that execution यहाँ से rally start होगा, one, two and continue. Execution कब होगा? Setup formation पे ही होगा. 3 wing रहने दो, S2B1 रहने दो, any formation execution will be through the setup only, right? So that is the small formation of a lookout which needs to be taken under the consideration. सिंपल फॉर्मेशन को अगर मैं प्रीवियस हिसाब से जो लॉन्ग के लिए मूवमेंट डेवलप हुआ था वो देखेंगे तो व्हाट डू यू नोटिस, चेंज ऑफ कैरेक्टर कहाँ पे हुआ, ऑन द ब्रेक ऑफ दिस पॉइंट, राइट? तो इसका कन्वर्जन कैंडल कहाँ पे है, बेरिश मूवमेंट का रिट्रेसमेंट ये वाला, सो दिस सप्लाई विल गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू डिमांड, ओके? So this is the formations that you guys have to follow. Okay? Chaya, Sudhir, hope you got the point. Which broker chart are you use? आपने नाम भी नहीं सुना होगा. IG, Instagram, right? So every conversion is looked into the same formulative way. So same point of view में bearish moment में देखा जाए, right? Conversion development कहाँ पे हुई थी? हम्म? इस bearish moment में conversions कहाँ कहाँ पे हुई थी? कोई बता पाएगा? I'm waiting for the answer. Good morning, Rampural Maitri. सर कल आपने बाई ट्रेड लिया क्या? यस, लिया है. 4008.12, 4009.326. Thanks for the explaining. No worries, Sujit. कोई बताओगे कहाँ पे कन्वर्जन इस बेरिश मोमेंट में? आई एम वेटिंग गाइस. Near three wing setup at M1 150%. Three wing setup M1 150%. Right? So in this point of action, what do you notice? There is a change in the character. Did it sustain above the level? No. Right? At this point of action, let's check on 16th 1 hour what zone the market was in. Right? 16th 1 hour. Right? So change in the character play was in this green candle. Right? Market was in iceberg zone. So this change of character didn't work because the market's volume wasn't in the high volume point. So when there was no high volume point, what does market did? Trapped all the retailers and continued the movement towards the short. Good example, good understanding, I guess you will get from this point. Okay, Chaya? So same way, every point of action is showcased with a minimalized action plan. How does that minimalized action plan works? Right? So every point of interest is taken under the consideration of the previous angle point. Right? So at the same point of action, if you notice, where was the next प्लान ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन राइट रीडेवलपमेंट में कहाँ पे आया था मार्केट 100% ब्रेक M2 फॉर्मेशन S2B1 सेटअप जो शॉर्ट के लिए हमने ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट किया था ग्रुप में द सेम ट्रेड व्हाट डिड द फॉर्मेशन क्रिएट फॉर्मेशन के हिसाब से चेंज ऑफ कैरेक्टर कहाँ पे हुआ इस मोमेंट का अगर ये मोमेंट ट्रैप है लॉन्ग के लिए तो फिर से चेंज इन द कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट दिखाया होगा ना कहाँ पे दिखाया है इस So here the volume increase should be compared with the average volume or the previous high volume. No, it should be compared with the iceberg zone. If it's higher than the iceberg zone, then the coach will be successful. Okay. So same example के साथ let's look into one of the different proportionate. Let's go to the chart, time date. Let's pick a random date. October. Randomly, I'm picking one of the dates. 16th. Right? So proportionate angle of the 16th. Development allocation कहाँ पे आया? 16th में. बताओ. It's at 6:18. 6 only, no? हाँ 6. 15th October before the start of 6th October. भाई उन लोगों को करने दो ना. अरुण. ओके. सो अभी के लिए उसने बता दिया है. तो आई शोकेस यू द पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. राइट. Change of character point 1. Development. Right. At the same point, what did you notice at this range? 1 hour. कौन सा रेट है? अक्टूबर. एक सेकंड में हटा रहा हूँ. Yeah. So in this point of action, what did you notice? 15, 18, right? So positionated movement allocation was taken under the play at this point, correct? So यहाँ पे break हुआ था, and with the break, what did market tend to do? We need a conversion point. Do we have a high volume at this range? Yes. If you notice, iceberg zone के पास a development which is taken under the consideration with one high volume slot, right? So when there is one high volume slot in the proportionate of allotting, what will you do? The allocation is in pursuance of conversion, right? Bullish movement में क्या conversion देखना है? Demand converted into supply or supply converted into demand? Supply converted into demand. That's right. Right? So come to 15 minutes. What is indicating in 15 minutes? At this point of action, the developmental range, which is taken under the consideration of a break point, is a conversion which is looked in pursuance of supply converted into demand. So will I take this point of action or this point of action? It should always be in the retracement point of action. No any other executions will be taken under the play. So this supply of the retracement will get converted in pursuance of the execution, which is supply which got converted into demand, right? With the high volume slot. From here, the direction of allocations continue, right? So again, at this point, what did market always tend to create? Wherever there is a break or a change, market created a conversion. With the conversion, the continuity in the. So these are the major things that you have to keep in mind and follow while looking for a conversion. Shri will be there for next 15 minutes. जो भी doubts है, please to ask. ये levels वापस लाना is like big deal. आप लॉन्ग पे ट्रेड पे हो, सेटअप तो क्रिएट करने दो यार. विदाउट सेटअप कैसे बैठेंगे? It's like you informing to execute a trade where there is no proportionate angle to execute. वैसे थोड़ी चलता है. हाँ, स्विंग ट्रेड में है 4008 का वो ट्रेड चल रहा है. आज के दिन में एक ही ट्रेड हुआ है, वो भी शॉर्ट. डिमांड 200% का ट्रेड था, सिर्फ वो एक ही ट्रेड. अभी होल्डिंग एड ऑन देखना है. वो होल्डिंग एड ऑन के लिए सेटअप फॉर्मेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. विदाउट द सेटअप फॉर्मेशन नो एग्जीक्यूशन. अगर मार्केट शॉर्ट की तरफ आता है तो क्या करेगा? आता है तो आने दो, बट सेटअप के साथ आने दो, so that we can also execute. Rules are rules, huh? You guys are not going against it. कितना भी बड़ा मोमेंट आ जाए, सेटअप बनेगा, एग्जीक्यूट करो, सेटअप नहीं बना तो वेट करो. The only important thing, waiting for the setup. In the last change of character, 15th October, you're shown. Can you please spot the volume increase in 15 minutes as the bottom banner hit the volume? 15 minutes में थोड़ी वॉल्यूम देखते हैं नीलेश. वॉल्यूम चैप्टर खोलो ना, कितना कौन सा टाइम फ्रेम पे चेक करते हैं हम? 1 आवर ना, तो 1 आवर के हिसाब से चेक करो ना. शॉर्ट पे हो? छाया, उसका कल ही टारगेट बोला था ना शॉर्ट का. 86,200 बोला था, राइट? दैट इज द टारगेट. सॉरी, 86,500. अगर जिन जिन लोग एमसीएक्स में ट्रेड करते हैं, आई गिव यू वन ब्यूटीफुल सीक्रेट हैक. डेफिनेटली यहाँ पे आपका कैपिटल ज्यादा है, बट रूल्स इज सेम. 5 सेकंड पहले आपको गोल्ड एक्सयू में दिख जाएगा, मूवमेंट किस तरफ का होगा, उसी तरफ का अलोकेशन एंड डायरेक्शन प्रेसुवेंस में यहाँ पे दिखेगा. आप कुछ भी कर लो. Okay, so that is the major point of action that you will be looking for. If that 5 seconds candle वहां पे बुलिश बन चुका है 5 सेकंड में, यहाँ पे रेड कैंडल है, इमीडिएटली इंडियन मार्केट में भी वो कन्वर्जन बुलिश ही रहेगा. So which time frame is this? We work on 1 hour, 4 hours daily and 15 minutes for execution. Okay, तो प्रेसुवेंस, जो लोग इंडियन एमसीएक्स में ट्रेड करते हैं, just allot the levels in pursuance of the forex numbers. The direction will be introverted in the same movement action plan, not against it. It will be the same. अगर मार्केट फोरेक्स में गैप अप मतलब बुलिश मूवमेंट में डेवलपमेंट दिखाया है, तो इंडियन मार्केट में वो गैप अप खुलेगा, राइट? एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, 1 आवर में एग्जीक्यूशन देखना गोल्ड, एमसीएक्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हो तो. एंड लेट द कैंडल हैव ए विक. इफ द कैंडल हैज क्रिएटेड अ विक, द डायरेक्शन विल बी इन pursuance towards the allocation. ठीक है? I'm not trading, I'm back testing. Okay, so you're live testing, not back testing. सर ट्रेडिंग से मोटिवेशन जा रही है, कैसे मोटिवेटेड रहे उसमें, राइट? बच्चा रो रहा है करके उसको प्यार करना बंद नहीं करोगे ना। बच्चा रो रहा है तो खाना खिलाओगे, करेक्ट? अगर बच्चा भूखा नहीं है तो भी खाना खिलाओगे, राइट? बच्चा गुस्सा हुआ तो आप भी गुस्सा होगे नहीं ना। So there is nothing called as motivation in this business. There is only one thing that you can follow, that is being in the right direction, being consistent, following the rules with discipline. रोज पैसा देख के मैं बोर थोड़ी हूँगा, डेफिनेटली, राइट? जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं रिवाइंड करके देख लो, जब एनालिसिस शेयर कर रहा था क्या हुआ है एंड क्या कर रहा है मार्केट, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। It's the game of patience, waiting, and execution. That's it. So between कुछ changes होता है आपके header and footer में ना, नीचे से वॉल्यूम सही नजर आता है ना ऊपर से चार्ट टाइम। प्लीज इसको एक बार देख लेना। नहीं, एनालिसिस के टाइम पे हम हटा देते हैं ना फुटर्स को। ओके, जब भी 1 आवर पे शिफ्ट करूंगा डेफिनेटली आई इन्फॉर्म द टीम टू रिमूव द फुटर्स, सो दैट आप लोगों को यूटीसी के हिसाब से फॉलो थ्रू में रहना, बिकॉज वी फॉलो द चार्ट लाइन ऑफ यूटीसी। ओके, श्रेयस आपका और कुछ डाउट्स है, पूछ लो। TTS Concepts, we have a book also on that. Yes, sir. I'll keep my baby cool. Let him correct. I'll keep my patience. Beautiful. At least you laughed. That's the biggest thing. That's right, Chaya. Executions always in proportionate to allocations, not against it. Use the formulation code of TTS 2.0. Think positive. सर बुक पे कोई डिस्काउंट मिलेगा क्या? यार कितना डिस्काउंट पूछते हो यार? टेलीग्राम पे टीम से बात कर लो, मिल जाए. So whichever concept, whichever strategy, whichever formulations, whichever things that you're following, I don't care. Do the 6 months of back testing, 6 months of forward testing, 1 month of live analysis. Come with a small capital, compound that capital till you build the confidence. While compounding, make sure to control on your fear, greed, and FOMO. How can you do that? By meditating, by reading books, by yoga. With that, it's your hard earned money, so learn to protect it by following a proper risk to reward. While following a proper risk to reward, make sure it's your analysis, it's your execution, it's your mindset, it's your waiting timeline, it's your patience, it's your execution. So build big by a small step. Every step takes you to the new financial freedom way. So make sure control on your emotions in the journey of this business. This is Nitesh signing off. We'll catch up in the next streaming. Till then, take care. Bye bye.